Well, it's Monday morning and it's supposed to rain heavily all day, so work looks somewhat attractive. Right, well, it's Tuesday and yesterday it poured down. Thunderstorms last night, but a bit drier today. Well, I don't think we'll be doing a lot because it's wet. But let's just have a wee look and see how easy these make dealing with the cove. It's done a pretty good, reasonable job. So let's chuck them up on the drill. Bit of time. Oh, it's Wednesday afternoon, the sun's currently out, but we've just had a rain shower and we're still getting water in. I think it's running down the boom which got blown over in the storm last week. It will just cover the whole back of the boat. We don't need to worry about the solar panels because I've got the battery charger hooked up. So we just lifted the covers off the front and it's starting to spit. Now there's the culprit. I don't think much will come of it. Oh, just to be sure, we've covered it back up again. Typical winter north and rainy season weather. Well, we'll have another go at opening us up. Right, well, everything's sanded, including along here. So we'll do some spot filling. Well, going on a theory, we'll get our acrylic at some stage. Just marking the gaps between the sheets for the expansion joints or the backfill. And we've spot filled all around here. Right, we've sanded all of this, so I'll put a coat of Undercoat on. Sorry about the noise from the vacuum cleaner, can't reach it at the moment. Right, sanded and taped. So it's all white and the sun's set. Not far off the shortest day. At least the rain held away for most of the afternoon. We tried to cut it using the track saw, but the blade's dull. So I'll get a new blade tomorrow. Still much easier than running it 8x4 sheets through the bench saw. We broke one dealing with the big sheet, so we actually cut them into oversized bits and then running them through the table saw. There we are, there's most of a centre window. Okay, we'll deliberately cut oversized so we can trim it. So this is a starboard inner. Well, it's much darker than it looks, but I wonder if we'll have some windows bonded in this time tomorrow. Depends very much on the weather, I suspect. Well, it's Saturday. It's actually a beautiful day. Rained heavily last night and it's supposed to be raining heavily again this evening, so with a bit of luck we might manage to get maybe all of them in. Certainly the boat was wet inside again today. Well, fits. And we just need to draw a line around the inside, which is where to remove the protective plastic from. Light sand, plastic prime, paint. After yesterday's effort, when we cracked it, we're going to rip the excess off, cut everything oversize, and then detail it with the track saw, which now has a new blade and is working really well. Right, so the broken down bit has been marked. So we'll cut the 3 sides and leave the last one just for final adjustment. Right, final test fit of the port outer. Right, well, I think that looks pretty damn good. So it's spaced off the bottom with those screws. We've drawn lines at the edge of where we want it to bond, leaving enough for the back fill. And once again we'll mark the inside. This one's got its border sprayed. So clean with alcohol on a rag. Plastic adhesion promoter, may not be needed, but belt and braces. I think this is pretty much just solvents. Right, we have the adhesive bonding sealant stuff. We have a Stewart holding the window. We have a Grandad on standby for whatever I haven't thought of. Right, so we've coved all the corners in here. Right, starting on the other side now. Look, windows are in. So 12 tubes of bonding. Okay, so here's the bit between the two windows filled. It's all filled around the edges. I'm not sure it's going to be easy getting the masking off. Well, it's coming away quite nicely. Doesn't look too bad. Getting hot in here now. Right, let's see if what mess we make getting the masking off. Oh yeah, looks promising. Well, that looks a lot better. Look at that.
Yeah, marvellous, isn't it?
Now there's a bit of this thin sealant that was over the tape needs to be trimmed away, but we'll let that dry and deal with it. With Solid Old Sea Dog supplying the pierced cartridges and various other implements we got there, and the boat should now be watertight. It can rain all at once tonight. We've had lightning, thunder and now heavy rain, so the front windows are getting a test. No leaks. Not that I was expecting any, but it really pissed down last night.
Yes, it did, didn't it?
First thing I think we'll put all these in the rubbish. Right, next order of business is to put the covers so that the side windows are now covered. Well, we'll see if we can get this window out. So it's held on by machine screws with nuts which are mostly driven into the wood. So I've got Grandad on the inside with the spanner. I'm on the outside with a screwdriver. Now it's coming out pretty easily. Well, it wasn't particularly adverse to coming out. And I've had lunch. We'll start on this side, but looks like it's about to start raining. So I don't think we'll be at it for long. Right, Mr. Weatherman, we've had enough testing of the windows. I'd like you to stop raining now, so we can take that one out. Well, we've removed the stuff from here. Just means it's all shoved on my bed. So we'll paint that top, and we'll paint that top. Well, we can push it away from the bottom. Oh, stuck a bit better on this side, but still not very well. Right, it's about 3:30, so let Grandad go home. I'll see if we can undercoat that, and top coat this, and that beam. It's looking like a white world at the moment. So top coat on the settee, undercoat on the bench tops over there, and that one, and top coat on the beam. Can't get over how clear the windows are after the old ones. Not quite as dark a tint, but gee,